Do you know there's a mansion in Greater Manila with a literal elevator for cars, only because the owner wanted his supercars displayed like art pieces below the living room? That's exactly the kind of billionaire absurdity we're talking as we dive into this jaw-dropping countdown of 10 most expensive and luxurious mansions in Metro Manila. Stick around, because the house coming at number 1 will literally blow your mind. Number 10. Parklinks Mansions, Taguig City. If Metro Manila had a neighborhood designed by someone who thinks luxury should also come with a moral high ground, Parklinks would exactly be that. It's the city's poster child for "I'm rich and environmentally conscious," which, to be fair, is a pretty powerful combo when your house costs anywhere from 400 million pesos to over 1 billion pesos. This is where the newest generation of Filipino billionaires builds their quiet brag. Sleek, contemporary mansions wrapped in full-height glass, minimalist angles, and enough greenery to make it look like the house is constantly auditioning for an Architectural Digest cover. Even among high-end estates, Parklinks stands out because it wasn't built around cars and concrete. It was designed around breathing room. Think landscaped riverfront parks, long jogging trails where executives pretend they have time to jog, and open-plan layouts that blur the line between indoor living and the outdoors. This is the billionaire version of nature-inspired, except here, the nature comes curated and perfectly irrigated. Inside these mansions, everything is smart. And not in the "my lights turn on when I clap" way. We're talking full automation, energy-efficient materials, passive cooling, and AI-assisted security systems that could probably detect a mosquito entering your property. It's luxury that whispers instead of shouts, relying on seamless design and sustainability flexes instead of gold chandeliers. But the real charm of Parklinks is how it makes modern wealth feel effortless. The homes have massive open common areas, wall-to-wall glass windows, and minimalist layouts that quietly say, "We don't need ornate carvings. Our architect already cost 8 figures." The estate's retail strips, event venues, and walkable zones make it feel like a billionaire playground where everything is reachable, serene, and absurdly photogenic. And just when you think this is already futuristic enough, the next mansion on our list goes in the complete opposite direction. The quiet, old money kind of luxury that's been around long before smart home became a personality trait. Number 9. Valle Verde Mansion, Pasig City. Valle Verde is one of those rare places where the words "exclusive village" actually mean something. It's not loud, it's not flashy, and it doesn't try too hard, which, ironically, is exactly why it's been the longtime favorite of Manila's most grounded elite families. If Parklinks is the sleek new billionaire address, Valle Verde is the "we've been wealthy for 4 generations, please lower your voice" neighborhood. Homes here may range from 18 million pesos to 375 million pesos, but the vibe is significantly richer than the price tag suggests. These are sprawling multi-level mansions sitting on 400 to 700 square meter lots, designed specifically for big families, extended families, in-laws, and the occasional cousin who just needs to stay for a few months. Layouts are huge, with 3 to 6 bedrooms, family rooms built like private lounges, terraces roomy enough for weekend gatherings, and interiors that balance modern luxury with warm, homey comfort. This is where private gyms, big gardens, and wide common areas come standard, not as upgrades. It's the type of mansion where you'll find a grandmother doing morning stretches in a sunlit lanai while the kids run around the garden, and somewhere, in a hidden room, a dad trying out gym equipment he bought during the last sale. What makes Valle Verde a quiet powerhouse, though, is lifestyle. Residents have direct access to the Valle Verde Country Club, complete with sports courts, dining choices, and event halls that have hosted everything from debut parties to corporate negotiations disguised as innocent lunches. It's family-friendly in the most luxurious way possible. Security is tight but understated. Full gated access, roaming guards, and decades of peace that have shaped the neighborhood into a consistent favorite for Manila's established families. But if Valle Verde is comfort and tradition, the next mansion takes things in an entirely different direction. Think resort living, vacation vibes, and daily luxury that feels almost unreal. Number 8. Greenmeadows Mansion, Pasig City. Greenmeadows is where you live if you want every day to feel like you accidentally booked yourself into a private villa and just never checked out. This is one of Metro Manila's most serene, resort-like enclaves, sitting quietly near the Ortigas CBD, yet somehow managing to feel worlds away from the city's chaos. Homes here run between 184 million pesos and 411 million pesos, typically built on 600 to 900 square meter lots that give architects enough freedom to go wild. The result? Mansions that look less like suburban homes and more like high-end retreats. Lush gardens, elegant facades, wide verandas, and layouts designed for easy, elevated living. Inside, you get a harmonious blend of traditional Filipino warmth and modern luxury, from wooden details and airy ceilings to sleek, updated interiors that rival boutique hotels. But nothing defines a Greenmeadows mansion more than its resort features. Many homes come with saltwater pools that make regular swimming pools feel outdated. Private gyms, fountains, landscaped courtyards, and family entertainment spaces that can support hobby phases from Pilates to karaoke marathons. Security here is famously tight, the kind that residents casually praise in interviews, which tells you all you need to know. Patrols, perimeter systems, and monitored access points ensure the peace stays uninterrupted. Greenmeadows is loved by executives, tycoons, and longtime elites who want a quiet sanctuary without giving up the convenience of city life. It's a hidden oasis that combines tranquility, prestige, and practicality better than almost any other village in Metro Manila. But that's not even peak luxury. The next entries in our list will prove that Metro Manila has neighborhoods so exclusive, they're practically their own universes. Let's check out rank number 7. Number 7. Corinthian Gardens Mansion, Quezon City. Corinthian Gardens is the kind of place that makes you realize some neighborhoods don't just have amenities, they have economies. It's one of the few enclaves in Metro Manila where you genuinely forget there's a city outside the gates, because everything you need, from clinics to sports courts to function halls, sits comfortably within walking distance. If Makati has Forbes Park, Quezon City has Corinthian, the ultra-exclusive village where old wealth, new wealth, and low-profile billionaires quietly coexist. Homes here generally range from 220 million pesos to 960 million pesos, built on 700 to 1,200 square meter lots that give architects room to create the kind of modern Filipino mansions that feel both familiar and jaw-dropping. The style leans toward large, open-plan living areas, premium finishes, and oversized common spaces that are perfect for families who prefer to entertain indoors rather than be seen in a hotel ballroom. Corinthian is where people host birthdays, reunions, and milestone parties that look suspiciously like small weddings. One thing that sets this community apart is how self-contained it feels. You don't just have parks and playgrounds, you have tennis courts, badminton courts, function rooms, a village mart, and even its own clinics, all tucked neatly within the village grounds. It's the billionaire version of a small private country, except with cleaner streets and a lot more SUVs. Security here is famously intense. Controlled gates, layered access protocols, and patrols that operate with the precision of a well-run airport. The result is a village so safe residents casually take evening walks without ever worrying about anything beyond their dog pulling too hard on the leash. Corinthian Gardens is the perfect fit for families who want absolute convenience wrapped in prestige, where the outside world can be visited but never needed. And if you think this level of self-contained privilege is impressive, wait until we move to a neighborhood that takes a very different approach: quiet, suburban, and deceptively expensive. Number 6. White Plains Mansion, Quezon City. White Plains is one of those places that doesn't try to impress you, which is precisely why wealthy professionals love it. It's the low-key billionaire suburb, tucked near Eastwood and UP Town Center, where life moves at a calmer pace and the mansions feel intentionally understated. The kind of neighborhood where people with 8-digit salaries say things like, "We just wanted something simple," while standing inside a 150 million peso home. With properties valued between 43 million pesos and 208 million pesos, White Plains sits on 300 to 600 square meter lots, creating that sweet spot between modern urban convenience and peaceful suburban living houses here. Lean into contemporary, privacy-forward architecture. Clean lines, open spaces, and layouts filled with natural light. It's the aesthetic that says, we don't need marble columns. We already paid good money for this architect. Many mansions come with private pools, airy living areas, and minimalist interiors that make the space feel bigger than it already is. Everything is functional, elegant, and almost deceptively calm. The type of home where you imagine yourself reading on a Sunday morning, even though you realistically haven't finished a book in 3 years. The community itself is quietly active. You've got jogging trails for fitness enthusiasts who start strong every January, clubhouses for events, and covered sports courts that come alive on weekends. It's a neighborhood built for people who want privacy, comfort, and the freedom to live in a place where nobody is trying to outshine anyone else. Security is reliable without being overbearing. 24/7 patrols, monitored gates, and a community culture that values peace and predictability. And while White Plains may be subtle, the next entry flips the script completely. We're heading into a neighborhood where heritage, history, and old-world charm blend seamlessly with billionaire-level renovations. Number 5. New Manila Mansion, Quezon City. New Manila is where Metro Manila's old money storylines collide with modern billionaire renovations. It's a historic district filled with families who've been here long before the skyscrapers and traffic. Think artists, creatives, prominent clans, and cultural names who shaped the city long before fast fashion arrived. And unlike the more uniform luxury enclaves, New Manila mansions carry personality, real character, the kind money alone can't manufacture. Properties here can reach 350 million pesos, usually built on 500 to 800 square meter lots. And no two homes look the same. Many of the original structures feature Filipino-Spanish heritage facades, stone finishes, and hardwood details that would cost a fortune to replicate today. Instead of demolishing these classic designs, newer owners often modernize them, creating a hybrid style where antique charm meets sleek, updated interiors. Inside, you'll often find multi-level terraces, large courtyards, real hardwood beams, and interior layouts that feel warm, culturally rich, and unmistakably unique. It's the kind of mansion where someone might casually mention that the staircase is original from the 1950s, while the kitchen is newly imported from Italy. An unexpected but charming combination. New Manila's lifestyle matches its architecture, relaxed, cultured, and full of personality. Residents value privacy without the rigid uniformity of gated villages. There's a strong community feel, supported by an active neighborhood watch and gated access points that keep the area secure without losing its lived-in warmth. For many, the biggest appeal is emotional, a connection to legacy, heritage, and the idea of living in a home with a story. But don't confuse heritage with outdated. These mansions are some of the most carefully renovated and tastefully upgraded properties in the city. Heritage homes might be impressive, but the next neighborhoods on our list take luxury into a totally different dimension, where prestige, price tags, and exclusivity start hitting their peak. Number 4. Bel-Air Village Mansion, Makati City. Bel-Air is one of those rare places in Metro Manila where you step inside the gate and immediately forget that the rest of Makati is melting in traffic just a few blocks away. This village sits literally beside Greenbelt and Ayala Center, yet somehow it stays quiet, leafy, and disarmingly peaceful, almost like someone installed a billionaire-grade mute button over the entire neighborhood. And that contrast is exactly why wealthy homeowners love it. You can spend the day navigating corporate battles in Ayala Avenue and be home sipping coffee on a private terrace in under 4 minutes. Price-wise, Bel-Air mansions range from 135 million pesos to 424 million pesos, often built on 400 to 800 square meter lots. Not the biggest in Makati's roster of luxury villages, but definitely some of the most stylish. The architecture here leans heavily into modern minimalism. Concrete, glass, steel, and bold geometric lines, the kind of aesthetic that makes visiting relatives ask, "Is this a house or an art museum?" Open floor plans flow into terraces that overlook manicured gardens. Floor-to-ceiling windows bring in a shocking amount of natural light, reminding you why rich people don't need ring lights. Their houses already glow. Most of these homes come with the essentials of billionaire suburban life: private pools, landscaped courtyards, and high-tech smart home systems quietly running in the background. Think motion sensor lighting, fully automated temperature control, and security systems that can probably detect your stress levels. Security is tight but not aggressive. The village maintains full-time patrols, discreet monitoring, and entry protocols that make sure Bel-Air's calm stays undisturbed. This level of privacy is what attracts executives, celebrities, and low-profile tycoons who want premium access to Makati's commercial core without feeling like they're living inside it. Bel-Air is the perfect example of urban billionaire luxury, a pocket of elite calm placed right beside some of the busiest streets in the country. It's the kind of place where you can host a formal dinner at home at 7 p.m. and someone at the table will casually mention they walked there from their office. But Makati has layers, and the village we're heading into next is where those layers get thicker, older, and significantly more expensive. The kind of neighborhood diplomats and billionaires hold on to like family heirlooms. Number 3. Dasmarinas Village Mansion, Makati City. Dasmarinas Village isn't just a place to live. It's practically a diplomatic zone with fresher landscaping. This enclave sits right beside embassies, elite schools, and top corporate hubs, making it a convenient sanctuary for ultra-wealthy families who want peace without sacrificing access. And if there's one thing Dasma is known for, it's the kind of quiet wealth that doesn't need to announce itself. The mansions do the talking. Prices range from 300 million pesos to a staggering 1.5 billion pesos, built on 700 to 1,500 square meter lots that give architects enough space to go wild. And they usually do. Most homes here feature Asian and colonial Filipino architectural fusion, surrounded by sprawling landscaped grounds. You get homes with airy verandas, wide hallways, and living rooms so big they genuinely echo. Everything feels intentional, generous, and almost ceremonial. Inside, the amenities border on luxury resort territory. You'll find private gyms, lap pools, home theaters, multi-car garages, and common areas that can comfortably host a small embassy reception. Dasma isn't flashy. It's spacious, serene, and built for families that value privacy on a level most people will never experience. Security here is famously strict. The village is considered one of the safest residential enclaves in the country. Controlled access points, constant patrols, and protocols that feel more like an international airport than a gated community. Residents appreciate the predictability, the silence, the sense that time moves differently here. The location is another part of its magnetism. You're minutes away from business power centers, but inside the village, you might as well be in a high-end province. It has that rare combination of prestige, serenity, and accessibility that makes it one of the most coveted addresses in Makati. But if Dasma is the diplomat's dream, the next village is the billionaire's version of a quiet rebellion. Heritage charm, old money architecture, and streets so peaceful you forget the stock market is melting a few blocks away. Number 2. Urdaneta Village Mansion, Makati City. Urdaneta Village is one of Makati's best-kept secrets. A luxury enclave hiding in plain sight, bordered by the central business district, but wrapped in an atmosphere so peaceful it feels almost unreal. This is where Manila's quiet billionaires prefer to stay, far from commercial clutter and far from the spotlight. If Forbes Park is the loud statement, Urdaneta is the whispered flex. Homes here range between 240 million pesos and 850 million pesos, sitting on 800 to 1,300 square meter lots with 600 to 700 square meter floor areas. Unlike other villages where modern architecture dominates, Urdaneta proudly leans into classic, colonial mansion designs. Think grand staircases, wraparound lanais, large gardens, and homes that feel like they've stood the test of time. Because many actually have. The 70s mansions here are particularly iconic, often renovated with modern interiors while keeping the nostalgic facade intact. Inside, these homes reveal their true personality. Wooden floors, abundant natural light, spacious family rooms, and dining halls made for long, celebratory dinners. The layouts are open, warm, and rooted in the kind of architectural charm that's nearly impossible to replicate today without spending a fortune. The streets are wide and lined with mature trees, giving the neighborhood a calmness that feels worlds away from Makati's financial chaos. The zoning here is purely residential. No businesses, no commercial noise, no nightlife spilling into the streets. It's peaceful by design. Security is tight but discreet. Gated access, 24/7 guards, and a village culture built around trust and decorum. It's the perfect neighborhood for families who want the prestige of Makati without the attention that usually comes with it. But for all its elegance and heritage, Urdaneta is still only second on this list. Because the one sitting at the top isn't just the king of Makati, it's the crown jewel of the entire Philippines. Number 1. Forbes Park Mansion, Makati City. Forbes Park is the final boss of Philippine luxury real estate. The place where generational wealth, corporate titans, foreign dignitaries, and celebrities all coexist behind some of the country's most heavily guarded gates. This isn't just the most prestigious village in Makati. It is, without question, the elite address of the Philippines, nicknamed the Beverly Hills of Manila. Prices here start around 400 million pesos and can skyrocket to 3.5 billion plus pesos for prime estates. Lots span 1,500 to 2,350 square meters, with floor areas easily hitting 680 to 1,000 plus square meters, often with 5 to 7 bedrooms, each with its own luxe ensuite. Everything about Forbes Park is oversized, from the mansions to the gardens to the silence you get once the gate closes behind you. Architecturally, the area is a mix of modern glass estates, classic Filipino-inspired mansions, and hybrid designs that look like they belong in an Architectural Digest cover story. Homes come with private pools, landscaped gardens that could pass for mini botanical parks, expansive balconies, professional-grade kitchens, formal dining halls, and garages big enough to hide a small dealership. Security here is a league of its own. Multiple guarded entrances, round-the-clock security, CCTV webs, and a homeowners association so strict it practically curates the entire aesthetic of the village. This is privacy on a level where even the quiet feels expensive. Location? You're right beside Manila Polo Club and Manila Golf and Country Club, creating a triangle of power, prestige, and exclusivity that no other neighborhood in the country can match. In short, Forbes Park is the standard by which every other luxury village in the Philippines is measured. It's the kind of place where being a resident says more than any luxury car, designer label, or bank balance ever could. And with that, our journey through the most expensive mansions in Manila comes to an end. Which one of these mansions would you move into if money wasn't an issue? Let us know in the comments, and for more such peeks into the world of luxury, take a look at the channel.